Hey YouTube, I have another deck tech for you guys today. This one is based off of Varolz, the Scar Stripe. This guy gives every creature in your graveyard Scavenge for its casting cost. And this is actually one of the combo pieces with this guy right here, Death Shadow. So as you can see, if Death Shadow is in your graveyard, it does have Scavenge for 1 black mana, and it can give any of your creatures 13 +1/+1 counter. So having a 15 or more creature on turn 3 or 4 is actually a pretty cool combo, and I have seen some legacy decks play with this combo before. So let's go ahead and go through this deck. It is a fun deck to play, not really super competitive because it is a combo deck, but it is definitely fun to play on the kitchen table. So I have two Varolz, the Scar Stripes. It was really difficult because I've noticed that if I had 3 or 4 of these, just drawing more than one in your game, they're basically dead draws because they are legendary creatures. So I decided to just put in 2 of these and put in other cards that will help me search for these cards. So again, this guy is really just for his ability. You definitely, you don't really use it for the 2/2, but having 2 seem to work out. You can definitely have 1 in your sideboard, and you guys can test it out and tweak it to see what you guys think. But for now, I put in 2 of these. I have 4 Wall of Bloods. Wall of Blood is an interesting card because you get to pay life, and you can pretty much make a big defender at any point. So it basically comes down to if your opponent is attacking you with a creature, and it goes unblocked, you're going to lose that life anyway. So technically, in a sense, you are paying life to kill off that creature that you normally wouldn't block. I know it's kind of weird, but Wall of Blood has saved me quite a bit. Nobody really wants to attack knowing that there's a defender that can kill off their creatures. So this guy will actually help you out quite a bit in the beginning. Not only that, I have 3 Disciple of Bolas. I have this guy mainly for his ability. Imagine this guy basically coming into play with your Wall of Blood pumped up. If you actually have the mana and you have 20 life, imagine pumping up your Wall of Blood 19/19 and putting this guy in with Disciple of Bolas, and you gain that life back, and you get to draw that many cards as well. You have to be careful though, because Wall of Blood's ability will take your life, and if they happen to counter this, basically you're going to lose your life, and so you have to be very careful, make sure that they don't have any control in their hand or anything like that. Also, I have a playset of Lotleth Trolls. I do admit that Lotleth Troll wasn't really a popular card for me. I thought it was too weak. I thought pretty much it was a lot of people thought that it was going to be this awesome card, and it seemed pretty good at first, but the 2/1 discarding creature cards, it didn't really ring well for me, but I was proven wrong. I did test this out in this deck. It works out very well. You're going to be discarding your Death Shadows anyway to put into your graveyard. You can definitely discard any of your creature cards just to either put in your graveyard so you can use them for Scavenge and pump this guy up in the process. And his regeneration ability is really good. I really put 4 of these guys in because if you Scavenge Death Shadow and put it on Lotleth Troll, you're basically getting a 15/14 trample creature, and which can regenerate as well. And that's pretty scary. So again, I have a playset of Lotleth Trolls, and they will help you out quite a bit. Of course, I have a playset of Death Shadow. Death Shadow, in addition with Wall of Blood, seems to work out pretty well. If you guys don't happen to have a Lotleth to discard it, or any of your other cards that help you put these cards in the graveyard, you can always just pay the 1 black mana to bring it out to your battlefield and let it just die immediately. And so that's a very cheap way to get these guys in your battlefield. And later on in the game, if you guys basically have little life or whatnot, these guys actually get pretty big, so don't count them out so quickly. Lastly, I have 1 Untitled Troll. Untitled Troll is a fun card. Again, it's not super competitive because of the drawback of giving your opponents 4 1/1 blue fires, but it's an 8/4, and you can regenerate it. I put it in for fun because I do have cards in this deck that will help me with the drawback. And at worst, it's Scavenge fodder. So you can, if this guy happens to die, you can pay 4 mana to give 8 +1/+1 counter. So it's a pretty good deal. And now for our non-creature spells, I have 3 Grisly Savages. These help me find my Varolz. They do help me find other creatures as well if I need them. If I happen to draw any Death Shadows as well, or pick them up, I can definitely just put those in the graveyard. Grisly Savages are really good. I just really like this card in any black-green graveyard-based deck because it really does filter through your library really quickly. So go ahead and put 3. You may go ahead and put in 4 if you feel like it, if you feel like you need to search for it more. And definitely, especially if you guys are playing Modern, you might want to put the playset in because there are some cards in this deck that are not Modern playable. So go ahead and put in 3 and 4 of these. I have 2 Buried Lives. Again, I do play Legacy a lot with my friends. Buried Life is really great because basically it puts the right creatures in your graveyard, such as Death Shadow and Varolz, and you can basically find your creatures really quickly. So I put 2 of these in. I have 2 Unearths. Unearth is really good for this deck because it gets your Varolz out, it gets your Lotleth Trolls out, and it gets your Death Shadows out. So again, it's pretty useful in this deck. Having Varolz out after Buried Alive with this, and then scavenging the Death Shadow immediately is a really powerful combo. So I have 2 of these. For removal, I have 3 Putrefys. They do destroy creatures, and they destroy artifacts as well. So it's an overall good utility card. I have 3 Essence Harvests. This is very similar to Disciple of Bolas in the sense that this time you do not sacrifice a creature, but basically your opponents will lose life and you gain life equal to the power of the greatest power among creatures you control. So if you have your combo off and you have a big creature out and you go ahead and use Essence Harvest, it's basically a nice way to kill them off, especially after you attack with a trampling Lotleth Troll that's really big, and you finish them off with the Essence Harvest. It's a really nice way to win. Golgari Charms are here to do a couple things actually. One, it allows you to destroy enchantments. Black is really weak, of course, to enchantments, of course, and so having the ability to destroy any ob rings or anything like that, which your opponents will probably use, is a great card to have. But all creatures getting -1/-1 in return really helps out, especially when you're playing against aggro decks. And when you're trying to get this combo deck into place, killing off their 1/1s and 2/1s or whatever really helps out early on in the game as you're trying to get your big pieces out. And regenerating each creature you control is always good if you absolutely need it. You got your Lotless, which probably won't need regenerating with this card anyway. But your Varolz might need the regeneration, and even your Death Shadows might need it as well. So Golgari Charms, really good charm. I really like it out of the cycle compared to the other ones. So I put in a playset of these. Then I have 2 Sever the Bloodlines. Sever the Bloodlines are great because if you are playing against decks where you have regenerating creatures or anything like that, you're basically exiling them instead, and it does help out quite a bit. And if you accidentally put them in your graveyard with Grisly Salvage and whatnot, they do have a flashback which allows you to cast it again. Again, these are against any token heavy decks or anything like that, and it does help out quite a bit. You can definitely sideboard these out with anything else you guys like, particularly that helps out with your meta. But I have 2 of these. And then lastly, I have 1 Vraska. Vraska, I just love Planeswalkers. I just love to have at least 1 Planeswalker in my decks. But I really do like her -3 ability. It is a kill-all type of thing. So, and if you happen to be late in the game and there's nothing happening and you actually get to our -7, which is very possible, it's a fun way to win as well. And then for lands, again, just like most of my decks, based on your budget, you can put in any land that you like. I do have Golgari Guildgates for this deck, and nothing else. I don't have any Shocklands or Fetch Lands or anything like that, but the deck seems to work out very well with those, so you don't really need the expensive land cards. So again, this is a pretty budget deck still. Probably won't cost you more than $100, probably even less than that. So it is definitely fun to play if you're looking for a graveyard-based deck. So I hope you guys enjoy this deck. Please subscribe and please comment, and please like this video because it definitely helps out me and encourages me to make some more. But I will see you guys next video.